Hey man, real say shit. You already know what's going on. So we got a new development in the Kay Flock case. So basically, it came out today that Kay Flock's DNA, fingerprints, or whatever, basically is on the murder weapon used to kill Oscar Hernandez. But before we get into that information, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and let's run this shit the fuck up. So, in case you didn't know already, Kay Flock, rising Bronx rapper, he was basically arrested last month for shooting Oscar Hernandez at a barbershop in Harlem. He basically sort of got arrested after he was in question. Like, they had like someone that was in question basically caught on surveillance footage that sort of matched his profile and description at the time, and like just clothes that he was basically wearing. And then the police basically issued a statement saying that he was like wanted, but new evidence basically came out that sort of shows a new side of like everything. So the police were able to find the weapon in question, which originally, like, we didn't really know for sure if it was him or not that fired the gun. I know a lot of people, like a lot of his stands and shit, were saying that it wasn't him, saying that like it could have been anyone because he didn't have a face like visible in the surveillance footage or anything. All you can really see is him and like his sister or whatever that he was walking with. So it's a new plot twist in that the police basically found the murder weapon, and they find out that like the fingerprints on the weapon match his. So this is definitely not good. This is like, I mean, like, it's kind of obvious at this point. Like, everyone kind of knew that he was like the one that kind of shot, but it leaves no room for doubt, you feel me? Because you got to be like proved beyond like just the fact that it could have happened. Like, you got to prove beyond that really to figure that type of situation out. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because earlier, I don't know if y'all remember, but his lawyer, I think at the beginning of this whole situation, was saying contradicting shit. Like, first they were saying that they got a tip that it was someone else that did the shooting or something like that, so then they were trying to blame it on someone else. But then they were switching, saying that it was like self-defense. So it's kind of like all over the place, you know? Like, I feel like if they had just started with self-defense, it probably would have been better. But it's not a good look when your lawyer off rip in the first like couple days of the shooting is kind of contradicting like everything. Like, how are you gonna be both like not the shooter and claiming self-defense at the same time? You feel me? It's kind of random. But yeah, they were able to find it. There was like leaked audio actually from NYPD in the situation that was actually describing a chase, like, because basically the shooting was caught on a shot spotter, which is basically tools that the city, not just New York, but all cities kind of around the country actually have, where it's like this thing set up on a pole that basically captures all the audio if there's like a shooting or fireworks or some shit, and then it goes directly to the police, and then the police are able to go and like investigate what happened. So I guess the shots were caught on a shot spotter, and then he tried doing the dash and dumped the gun. And in doing so, I guess he didn't dump it in a good enough place, and then police were eventually able to find it. So it definitely leads back to him. I don't think that this necessarily means that he's going to get a murder charge, because obviously like the whole self-defense thing kind of comes into fruition, because I made like a video on this previously, but in the actual full version of the video that shows like the actual shooting and stuff, what occurs is like Kay Flock is basically like walking past the barbershop, and then he ends up like actually getting approached by the guy that comes out, Oscar Hernandez, and then he's trying to shoo the dude away, and then Oscar Hernandez keeps like pressing him or whatever, and then he ends up firing. So I think there's definitely an appropriate case for self-defense. Whether or not that's even available in New York, we don't really fucking know what the case it is, because like New York is strict as fuck. On top of that, he's definitely gonna be like losing that gun charge. Like, I don't really see a way that he's gonna win with that gun charge, because it's so apparent that he had a gun because they found his fingerprints on the fucking gun. So it's not looking good for him, like in that aspect. But I feel like it's looking good for him with the full version of the video leaking previously this month, showing that like he was the one that actually was being pressed. I feel like that's better for him. Like he probably won't get a murder charge, but it's like at this point it's definitely looking like he's gonna get at least a gun charge, and it's gonna be interesting to see what continues. I mean, like this is definitely a major update, because a lot of people in the beginning, like they were trying to doubt the fact that it was even him. Like only at this point, it's only the craziest stands that are saying that it wasn't him. Like maybe it wasn't him. Like nah, nigga, who the fuck else would be walking around New York? I mean, like there's definitely people with money, but this man was dripped out in designer, like Montclair coat, Amiri jeans, unreleased Jordans and shit like that. Like really, who's gonna be doing that? And this nigga had videos and previous pictures with unreleased Jordans and stuff. That, and like I think it was a video of him receiving the unreleased Jordans, so it's not like it's like leaving much up to doubt, you know. But hey, whenever we get more updates, we're gonna keep y'all updated and shit. Hopefully the situation comes out like with more closure. And I mean, I personally, I don't really think that this nigga should be getting life in prison realistically, because it's not like it was even, he was in the wrong place. Yeah, he was, I guess people think that he was looking for trouble. I don't know what's up with that FaceTime that he had with his ops or IG live where he was in the cut, but I just think that like the whole situation was avoidable. Like it's not even his fault that the guy came and pressed him, but he shouldn't have shot him. And it didn't look like that he actually shot him and the guy was running away. The guy was coming up to him, so it definitely leaves us to think that it was definitely self-defense. But hey man, if you've seen the video or anything, let me know in the comments what you think, if he deserves to be locked up for life or if he just deserves to get a gun charge or whatever. And let me know what the fuck you think's gonna go down. Real stay safe shit, you already know what the fuck going on. Peace.